Fr.Raphael Parambeth has distinguished himself as a great pastor, builder, constructor, and a fabulous human being. He was not a preacher priest, but rather a doer priest. A noble religious with a universal vision. He is a leader who is silent but gentle. Like Midas, he turned into gold everything he touched, and in fact, there is nothing he doesn't turn his hand to. He applies the fifth aspect of inner engineering, that is, live in the present moment and enjoy simple pleasures of life. He beautifully synchronizes body, mind, and energy in his pursuit of happiness for the last 50 glorious years of priesthood. He was born and brought up in a village called Pudkad in Thrissur district in Kerala.
It was in the year 1961. A small boy of a comparatively small and slender frame walked behind his father, wearing a dhoti and white full-sleeved shirt. He carried in his hand a small tin trunk containing a pair of clothes, a blanket, and some other essentials, as he had been instructed by the seminary authorities. Having passed class 9, little Raphael was going to join the CMI seminary at Elturat, all because the little boy believed that he was called by God to be a priest, though he had no knowledge what hurdles lay ahead. He wanted to be a priest like the elderly CMI priest, Father Amart, whose altar boy he was, no matter what bargains he had to make with life itself.
He excelled in academics, sports and games, and inherited a mechanical taste to repair and settle things to its normal position.
Soft-spoken, level-headed, matter-of-fact, the young seminarian did not have to think otherwise about his religious and priestly vocation. The fervent altar boy of always cherished the worth of his vocation and prayed earnestly and intently that God should make him an instrument of his peace. He wanted to be a handyman of God. He offered up himself to God's service when he made his first religious profession on May 16, 1965, and never looked back. After his university studies and philosophy and theology training at Dharmaram College, Bangalore, Brother Raphael was ordained to priesthood on April 22, 1972.
For 1 year, he was sent to CMI monastery at Kundangulam. He loved to be involved in plenty of pastoral activities like offering mass, hearing confession, youth animation, and conducting prayer services for altar boys, etc. He happily cherishes that the pastoral activities begin at morning 6 o'clock and end at 11 o'clock in the night. When he looks back, Father Raphael cherishes that the first year after his ordination remains as a memorable year in the entire 50 years of priesthood. Father Raphael cherished a great desire to work in the mission, and the new Sagar mission was calling. New Exarch, Monsignor Clemens Thotungal CMI, invited Father Raphael to work in Sagar mission. His first appointment was in Vidisha, and he worked there for 4 years.
His amazingly resilient nature was a ready help for him in all difficult situations. He was always prepared for the worst. He fares well, even when the odds are heavily against him. Whenever the bishop or the religious superiors decided an appointment for him, it was always a big and bold yes from Father Raphael. His interest in construction works and the ingenuity with which he planned and designed buildings, even as an amateur in the initial years of the Sagar mission, prompted the superiors to send him for civil engineering to equip him as a professional. At a time when many new mission stations were being established in the missions, Buildings and structures of all kinds were to be constructed with far-sightedness, optimum utility, and with minimum funds. As soon as Father Raphael returned as a professional, he had many big and small construction assignments waiting for him.
He has rare resourcefulness to balance quality, finance, architectural beauty, and utility in the buildings he constructed. As a master engineer, he adheres to trust, sincerity, faithfulness, and responsibility, and achieved long-term successes and contentment in life. He is a master craftsman who works silently and diligently. In his calendar, no dates marked red. He does not simply oversee the work, but he works among the laborers. Sometimes he carries cement bags in his motorcycle and stays at the site late at night to complete certain portions of work. He makes sure that his works stand rest of the time. Father Raphael avoids luxury. Till last year, there was no air conditioning facility in his room and manages his laundry by himself. His living room is always neat and tidy, and anyone enters his room would find only minimum things in his room. No extravaganza, and always keeps a simple life throughout his priestly life. Wherever he is posted, sobriety is his hallmark, the quality of being serious and sensible. He wakes every single day with a desire to be the best and healthiest person he can be. Father Parambeth was sent to USA by the superiors to optimize his engineering skills and do some pastoral work. He worked as chaplain in a contemplative convent for 3 years and came back to India. He has built many schools, mission centers, convents, and churches in various districts of Madhya Pradesh. The Holy Trinity Convent School Vidisha, Vinayalaya Saga, Holy Family Convent School Kurai, Christ School Building Guna, CMI Bhavan Padaria, Bhopal, Chavra Vidya Bhavan Mandideep, St. Francis Higher Secondary School Raisan, Chavra Vidyapeeth and Chavra Bhavan Narsingpur and Carmel School Kareli are some monuments of his extraordinary engineering skill. The saga of his silent and impressive service continues unabated. He works with same passion and same vigor. He upholds the principle, no complaints and no demands, and gives with generosity to whoever asks his expertise. He believes that work is worship. In the sight of construction, he says, we need to stand long hours to monitor the work. That time we can't keep the timetable of the monastery and mission station for regular community prayer. Our life itself is prayer. Our integrity and honesty would surely inspire the workers to work without cheating. Surprisingly, Father Raphael always comes before time for the evening prayer and community prayers in the chapel. Despite all his construction commitments and a hectic life, Father Raphael follows his religious duties and discipline assiduously and loves his confreres. His advice for the young priest in our province is,
in this era of faith diminishing among the priests, we have to deepen our faith in Jesus and in the Blessed Sacrament, and deepen our commitment to Him with regular prayer, disciplined life, and spiritual exercises that the congregation is asking for. Work done for God and His people is worship. So, be faithful and responsible to the work entrusted to you, and trust in God in all the situations, and leave the results to God, saying, Thy will be done. always be grateful to God for everything.
Though Father Raphael mainly involved in building infrastructures in various mission stations, they serve as solid foundation for the spreading of the kingdom of God in that particular mission station. We used to say we need a canvas to draw a picture. Similarly, the houses and convents that he has built serve as beautiful space to evangelize the gospel and to spread the message of love, justice and solidarity among the people. 50 years of priestly life is his humble but beautiful offering to God. Let us salute the warrior who did not give up his fight and swam against the current. We, the CMI fraternity of St. Paul Province, Bhopal, proudly acknowledge the great master builder of our province who has contributed fascinating architectural monuments to the humanity.